Ooh. Oh, let me just turn this up so you can hear them.
Monthly spotlight, Jurassic World Evolution 2 monthly spotlight stream here on Frontier Development's Twitch channel and on the Jurassic
you should be able to hear them okay, right?
YouTube channel. My name is Jens Erik Woller. I am part of the community team.
Tell me, chat, can you hear it all?
And,
is it all good?
Today, we're going to be talking a bit about some of the stuff that we've announced and revealed and all that good stuff during the month of June. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to be here. And
mine too.
That with me, I have Rich Newbold.
Hey everyone,
how you doing, Rich?
I'm great.
Yeah,
tired, excited.
Yeah,
I like his top.
It's definitely been a month. Yeah, anything new happened?
I like how they got cactuses as well on the desk. Nice touch.
Yeah, that's about it really.
Yeah, a lot of noodles in your life.
Well, a small amount.
Yeah,
reasonable amount of noodles. Yeah,
noodles and dinosaurs. That's how it goes.
Oh, dinosaurs.
Yeah, exactly.
We did a thing.
I like how they're so far apart. I guess it's social distancing, right?
Incredibly exciting. I've been
that's on yeah, sure.
I've been chomping at the bit to I guess use a bit of a dinosaur phrase to
I got Aaron Beckett.
He really has, like, up until the announcement. I can't wait to tell people.
Yeah, because it's we've been working on all this stuff behind the scenes for a while, and then suddenly it's out there in the world.
I like how he's got 3 bits of paper there.
Hey, this thing we made,
gotta zoom in on that.
It's coming later this year.
Got a lot to talk about.
All right, so as you probably can guess from the title of this stream, we'll be showcasing and discussing some of the news and announcements from the past month.
I hope so.
We might also be discussing and showing something new here.
I missed so much.
But we just wanted to let you know that these streams will continue at the end of every month, aiming for the last Friday of every month.
Okay.
Sort of a way for the community to come together and celebrate some of the things that we have talked about, revealed, announced, all that stuff. There's not going to be live gameplay on these streams, but you'll get to see trailers. You'll get to see maybe.
But there's no live gameplay.
Videos.
Why not?
Damn
it!
Maybe sometimes some work in progress assets. We will see. Maybe also some gameplay footage, depending on what we have, what we've shown you guys in the past.
Oh, some gameplay footage though. No live gameplay, but gameplay
guys
footage. So.
Glimpse of what's been happening
Touch
behind
wood.
the scenes, meet some of the developers, talk about the game, have a little fun, celebrate Jurassic World Evolution 2 as we move closer and closer and closer to launch. But yeah, so it's been I'm just really excited to be here. So
that's good. Seems like they got something to say,
Rich,
something big to say.
I'm assuming a lot of our audience already know who you are. But for those of you who don't know, why don't you
Uzi!
So I'm Rich Newbold. I'm the game director of Jurassic World Evolution 2. So, and I just want to clarify, I just love the 5 deaths. This is just a nice T-shirt that I like.
It's just a T-shirt.
It's just a T-shirt. It's not a tease for anything. I just really love my first game. I love working on it and the Switch version, and I thought it's a great themed T-shirt for what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And my other one is a Jurassic Park one that says I'm like Grumpasaurus, and I was like, that feels a bit too dour for this one. I thought it's an exciting stream, so I thought, yeah.
Nugget Boy Keon says, "Tell Rich I love his shirt." So there's people have already noticed it, and I can't wait to see all the discussion forum comments later on saying,
"Yeah, we just wanted to cut it off early."
Was he trying to tease something?
No, it's just,
well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe it's a teaser, but no, don't think so. Wait, it's confirmed.
Thank you, though.
I was planning on buying a shirt with like 4 different types of dinosaurs, with a really fat one that says omnivore.
That's pretty cool.
But unfortunately, I wasn't able to buy it in time. But maybe next time.
So, well, it better be. Now that you've said
it. We're
it.
going to cover Summer Games Fest. We're going to cover the announcement. We're going to talk a bit about the species field guides that will come up. Talk a bit about some of the dinosaurs we've revealed so far, some game mechanics, and discuss the feature focus that went out earlier this week, which was about dinosaur acquisition and management. So yeah, Summer Games Fest. It happened 2.5 weeks ago.
Already?
Is that all?
Yes.
God.
It is literally that old.
It's like just yesterday this was announced.
What is time anymore?
It's just
in the year of our
when
Lord,
you finally announce something that you're so excited about, and then everything that's been coming after that, it's just been non-stop, just excitement and showing people new stuff, and every day's just been just a great moment of, okay, what else is there to be excited about? What else are we sharing? And it's just been great. And yeah, Summer Games Fest was the first moment of that, and it was great.
Myself in the camera, guys.
Yeah. And so we announced during Summer Games Fest with a little help from Jeff Keighley and of course the legend Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
I was grinning the entire time as it was happening. Just one from finally being able to put it out into the world, but also just having
Gotta have Jeff Goldblum, man.
It was really good to share this stuff. How did you find the announcement? How was it for you? Were you?
It was incredibly stressful and exciting. I was in a VO session at that time. I was in a VO session with one of our talent, and we managed to do the break just at the right time. So everyone in the VO session and
so that's voiceover.
The person doing the VO, we all stopped and watched it together. And it was just such a great moment for everyone to get together and celebrate. Like, we're announcing something. We're announcing it right now. The thing we're working on. Yeah. We're announcing it now, and it was just great. But yeah, and it was also great to see like all the reaction afterwards as well.
And then you just slap.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool.
Basically, it was very much
back to the VO session.
Like, oh, by the way, let's get back to making the thing.
Record, can get back to it. But yeah, it was great to have Jeff. He's just amazing.
He seems like a really amazing guy. He seems like a guy who just lives life to the fullest, as well, like as much as he possibly can. Like, you can sort of see that in the announcement as well. So let's shift the focus a bit to some of the things that players can expect in Jurassic World.
Okay, here we go.
There's a lot of information out there.
Here we go.
Some of it comes from us, and some of it comes from places like Game Informer and GameSpot, because you.
This is good. They're sort of wrapping everything
of the game earlier.
Around.
Let's try to cover what we can. So what are the 4 main areas that we've been focusing on for Jurassic World Evolution 2?
So Jurassic World Evolution 2 is a dinosaur management simulation game. I'm going to assume most of you know this. Just want to double check. And for the sequel, we were so proud of the great success that the first game had. And with the sequel, we wanted to kind of build on the foundations of that. So we focused the sequel on 4 key areas. So one of them is our authentic narrative. So we really wanted to really push the narrative aspects of the sequel compared to the first game, and we've written
story mode,
an original story set after the events of Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. We've got enhanced creativity, so we've been really working on all the aspects of creativity that you as players have in your park. So really adding more extra tools and opportunities for you to really customize those things and build those parks of your dreams.
Good, because that was desperately needed.
Deeper management. So it's a management game. We wanted to add a lot more levers and a lot more things that the player's doing whilst they're managing their parks. When it comes to the guests, the dinosaurs, building that park, managing that park, and dealing with the moment-to-moment aspects of running a dinosaur theme park and things going wrong, and dealing with that, and park teams and things like that. And then the last one was realistic dinosaurs. And
of course.
We've been working really hard on that. We have over 75 different prehistoric species. And we've been working really hard on a lot more depth in their behaviours, in the way they move around your landscapes and environments, how they interact with each other and the other things. So kind of everything we do in the game should be pushing one of those 4 things, at least one of those 4 things. And these kind of 4 pillars help keep us honest about, okay, the thing that we want to add to the game, how much is it pushing those things? Is it making the dinosaurs more realistic? Is it authentic to the narrative? You know, we don't have characters doing things that can be out of character. The creativity, making sure that anything we add is pushing that enhanced creativity.
Yeah, they've added like hunting packs now, so that's good.
Keep us honest and make sure that everything we're doing is pushing one of those things forward as much as possible. And yeah, we're really proud of what we've been doing.
Yeah, definitely. And I've have some access to builds and everything, and I've been having a lot of fun play testing some of the stuff on my own as well. What's it been like returning to Jurassic World Evolution? Because we did the first game, and now we're doing the sequel. Is it like putting on a pair of comfortable shoes, or is it just like, all right, brand new jacket, breaking it in, it's a bit stiff?
I can tell you, it's definitely not brand new shoes.
I've been working on the Jurassic World Evolution franchise for a long time now, for many years. I did the first game, the PDLCs, we did the complete edition on Switch, and then the sequel as well. So I've just been constantly, and I'm not going to say it just as it's cliche. For me, it is an evolution of what I'm working on all the time. I do something, we do something. Okay, we get it to a position. Okay, how can we build on that? And that's what it's been for me anyway. There's some new faces on the team as well that are kind of joined just for the sequel.
Okay.
They probably see things in a different perspective. But for me, it's constant iteration. It's okay with the first game in the PDF.
I thought you meant like new Sam Neill.
Right. We want the leap to be
just
really
meant people working on it.
So everything has to be a big leap in improvements. It's not. We're not talking about small incremental stuff now. We want everything to be a big improvement, and that's the kind of way we've been looking at a lot of the features we've been designing as well. Just making sure that there's a really big improvement, so it really feels that we had a good foundation, but what we've got is now just so much better.
Yeah, definitely. So you mentioned the narrative, and what can you tell us about the narrative of the game?
So we have a campaign mode, one of our 4 game modes, and it's a new story. It's an original story. It's set after the events of Fallen Kingdom. For those of you that haven't seen the film, I'm assuming again you've all seen.
Spoilers.
Yeah, can you spoil? There's dinosaurs in it. They're now.
Well, that's a ruin then.
No, really. There's dinosaurs in a Jurassic World movie?
Come on.
Just to be clear, that's a spoiler. But now they're not confined to the islands of which they are normally based. So they're now out in the wild. I'm not going to tell you how that happened. Just keep that bit free from spoilers. But now the player in Jurassic World Evolution 2 is going to be in a story dealing with that crisis. They're going to be working alongside characters that are from the film returning again. We have Bryce Dallas Howard returning as Claire Dearing, kind of building facilities to deal with that problem. So we've nuanced some of the gameplay a bit, because the first game was about building these theme parks, building these greatest attractions the world's ever seen, building these theme parks on the 5 deaths. But we've nuanced the gameplay a bit because it's now more facility based. It's more about dinosaur welfare. It's them being out in the wild. So in that mode, there's like a slight change in what the player's doing, but they're still building facilities, building parks, but kind of more dinosaur focused in that regard. And that's been kind of one of the big ways that we've been improving the narrative is this original story, and it just fits perfectly after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
As you mentioned, Jeff Goldblum is back, and Bryce Dallas Howard is back. What's it been like working with them on this?
The microphone! Stop touching it!
It's amazing. They know their characters so well. So when we write something, we work with a writer, John Platten. We work with Universal to make sure that we're authentic to those characters from their point of view, writing this story, and they will then come into the VO sessions with the scripts that we've written, and it's a very collaborative aspect. We've written stuff. John is very good at writing these characters, but then when we get them into the sessions, they're really working on bringing what they know from those characters as well. So it's just amazing to work with them. And for someone like Bryce, she did it the first game. She came back again, and she's like, "Yeah, hey guys," and she just went straight back into it, and it was really easy for her.
She clocked in, she clocked out. She was like, "Enough of this."
And as I say, Jeff is a great personality. He's really good at playing Ian Malcolm. He brings a bit of himself to it as well, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, but Ian Malcolm is just Jeff Goldblum. Come on.
Very weird hearing you refer to them as Jeff and Bryce.
Oh yeah, we're like BFFs now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm just very. I don't know. For me, they're still, they're celebrities. They're still like sort of out there, external
Beaver
people
babies.
I don't know. So.
I think they still are for me, but I've had, I spent many hours with them doing VO, and it's.
But we just went for drinks afterwards.
It allows me to feel more comfortable in it. But yeah, they still are. He's still Jeff Goldblum. So Bryce Dallas Howard is still an amazing. They're still amazing people that I'm probably never going to casually talk to. Probably. In a coffee shop or something, but it's still just been great to work with.
Why not use the opportunity when you have it to try to be more friendly with them and try to use their first names. It was interesting around the
my ears
when we were building up to the announcement, because then you had to differentiate which Jeff you were talking to, if it was Jeff Keighley
many confusing conversations.
Many different. So Jeff 1 and Jeff 2, I guess we could have started calling them. But are there any other familiar characters that players can expect? I know our Reddit audience has been very worried about Cabot Finch. There was a whole thread.
Do not worry about Cabot.
About
He's back. We love Cabot. Like the dev team and John, the writer, we love Cabot. We love writing for him. And Graham, who plays his voice. Yeah, who does his voice, is so good at that character. And between John and Graham, they've brought to life such an amazing character that we really love. And he's definitely
Cabot Finch has come back, guys!
Definitely going to be, making a joke and then being like, not being serious. And then he's still going to make jokes. He's just such an amazing character. And we love him. And we've been working hard to balance the amount of
No, the static's not your headset, don't worry.
Because sometimes he can go very Cabot, but we just want to bring it back a bit, just so that he's very additive to the experience. It just gives you that nice kind of humor break from dinosaurs are eating people. I need to deal with this problem. But Cabot's there, be like, hey, why are you not making me money? Like,
dinosaurs are eating people. That's going to be bad for business.
Yeah,
like that.
But like it's trying to get the balance. But yeah, we just love Cabot, so he's back.
Where's Peter Ludlow?
Timbo Jimbo.
That's
says,
what I want to know.
Cabot, and
I think he's had like 3 divorces between the first game and this game. But yeah, and that's been. We've been working hard to kind of bring in the characters from the first game in a way that really fits the original story. So even though Cabot isn't kind of he's not a film character, he's an original character by us. He works alongside those film characters in the story as well. So he fits seamlessly.
Is he canon
into
though?
The universe as though
is he canon though?
But he's not. He's ours.
Yeah.
It just works with the characters from the films, and it's great to have that interaction.
I think it's really fun to have that sort of.
Is Cabot canon?
Slightly cynical, snarky businessman perspective that he has compared to Ian Malcolm, who's all about the chaos theory and these dinosaurs will break out and you're trying to contain things that you can't contain. And Claire Dearing is all about conservation, all about keeping them safe and everything. I think it's a nice pillar of different.
We've worked hard to try and make sure that all the original characters, all of the Frontier characters, fit. As they offer something diverse and different compared to the film characters as well. The film characters are great characters, but sometimes you need a bit of snark in there that's different. It's more about money or making reference to his divorce and all that stuff. It's just been great to just have that.
Is that an idea? What if I was just staring like this at you?
Actually, good question.
This whole thing, you just notice like, oh.
Between the 2 games, does 2 takes place excellent after the first one? It's
fuzzy because in that it's. Probably 5-10 years, because the first game again is like a sideways canon. Was a sideways canon, obviously.
Oh God, we're talking about canon.
To, Pena and builds a theme park. So, but in our game, you did. That was the idea. That was the fiction of that one. But in this, we those things kind of happened they still happened.
Right.
They still the player kind of did that, and the characters were there with you. But obviously in the films that never happened. So we've kind of melded the 2 universes together. So it's our original story set after Fallen Kingdom, but we've also brought our original characters from the first game. And kind of they do make some reference to that.
So is it canon, or is it not canon?
It was a challenge, but it fits really well. So because we're a sequel to the game, but we're also an original story to the film as well. So we've just tried to meld those together really.
Sounds like it sounds like an interesting process and a bit of a challenge, of course. But it's probably a challenge that's.
I mean, the lore of Jurassic Park is just freaking messed up.
That's what writing scripts is all about. We need to solve this problem. Let's just write the problem. No, we've solved the problem with writing it.
So let's switch tracks a little bit and talk about the different game modes.
So
there's 4 different game modes.
That's right. So the campaign mode, I've been through that one. That's the original story. That is the players kind of dealing with these dinosaurs now out in the wild. We have Chaos Theory mode, which is another narrative mode, which is about the player going back to key moments from the film's the film franchise's history, but with a twist. I think we're going to talk more about that.
That was kind of what Jurassic Park DLC was, though, right?
Challenge mode. So that's the kind of the classic challenge mode, testing the player's ability to build parks. We've worked hard on trying to make that a bit more interesting and a bit more different. So there's going to be different parts of that challenge mode, and then sandbox mode. Be creative, and those are the 4 game modes, and we've been working hard to make sure that.
Give me sandbox mode with unlocking things. I'd like that.
Definitely, I have been messing around in sandbox mode for a little bit, and I've had a lot of fun with it, trying to make something that looks a bit out there, but also a bit, like a traditional dinosaur. I'm very
much that cliche developer that is really bad at making anything pretty in my game.
Oh, me too. 100%. I am when I started working on the first game about a year ago, I was consistently blown away about all the things that our community was able to make with just the simple sandbox tools that we have in the first game. So I'm very excited to see what they do with the sequel.
I've had that across all the games I've been a part of that have been creative. I'm like, I have no.
You know what he's thinking in his head, right? Don't mention the mods. Don't mention the mods.
These pretty things. And even this, I'm like, pretty parks. I'm like, I can make something like my park. Yeah, just go from A to B, like dunk, 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 dunk. I'm like, could be smooth. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Just the fences.
Grids. It's all grids.
No, I'm just like, the fences are just like really weird angular things. Oh, that's fine.
So out of the 4 modes, which one's been your favorite so far, if you have a favorite?
Campaign.
I love all of my children equally. But I really enjoy challenge mode. It's always kind of the mode that appeals to me most, because that's how I like to play the games. I like to to challenge myself to get to 5 stars as fast as possible with the different difficulties, and that's always the thing I like to do. I always like to race against time and do that kind of stuff. So that's always.
I agree with you,
Polar
Stasis.
Gravitate towards naturally, but all of my, I've loved developing and making all of the modes and putting so much love and attention to, so that no matter how you as a player will play them, there's always something that's going to be really enjoyable. So if you want to play the campaign or the chaos or something, then there's going to be lots there for you.
I feel like they're going to show something though at the end. I feel like they will.
People respond to chaos theory when we sort of reveal what all that thing is about beyond what we've said already. I think, I mean, there's some speculation out there already, and I'm sitting there just sort of rubbing my hands together a little bit, knowing what.
It's nice though. At the end of every month, we're going to be doing this. So
we want to. There are times when we want to show you guys things that we're ready to show you. It's like we're not.
We're not holding back information because we want to be cruel about it. We're holding back information.
No, you are.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not and we will of course share more as we continue on towards launch later this year. But we're going to be briefly switching out. Well, not briefly. We're going to be, for the rest of the stream, we're going to be switching out Rich for another guest. We're going to be bringing in Adam, the game's executive producer. So I think. Until then, we're going to have you get a look at the very first species field guide of an old favorite, the Triceratops.
Okay, so we've seen this one. We've seen this one before. We've seen the Triceratops, but this is just like a little mini break. Okay, I'll turn that down so you don't blow out your ears. Triceratops!
The Triceratops
yeah, I thought so.
is one of the most recognizable herbivores to ever have existed. It is best known
Interesting, though.
Facial horns.
I mean, they haven't said anything more than what we know already. So hopefully we'll get something new. And thank you for the super chats. Poliostasis, yes, I agree with that. And odd game fame. Hi, GameBeaver, I finally got enough money to send you something. You're one of my favorite YouTubers. Thank you for the amazing work. Oh, thank you. We'll be back soon. Okay. Do we put like how soon though? Are we talking like? Do I have time to put on chill music? Do I have enough time for that? I have enough time for some chill music while we wait, because they don't have their own music. Probably because it would be Jurassic Park, and it would be copyright, I assume. So, hopefully, we get something. Oh god, we're back.
Joined by another guest on the sofa.
Just like that.
Producer Adam Woods. I got your title right, didn't I?
You did, yeah. Spot on.
Fantastic.
And our very first stream.
Yes.
We've never streamed together before.
You mentioned this before we began.
First date nerves.
Jurassic World Evolution stream.
Yeah, I think it was my last.
Can they turn on lights, please? I know, it's really dark.
Christmas extravaganza that normally gets put on.
Can I do it? Can I?
Which was my first live stream with him as well. So all these firsts just took 2 years.
I might be able to do it, guys. Give me a second. I'll turn on the lights.
When you're, in the middle of everything 2020 and 2021.
Yeah, quite.
So since it's been 2 years since you last appeared on camera, why don't you introduce yourself to the audience?
Well, I mean, I'm Adam Woods. I'm an executive producer.
I can do it, guys.
And currently working on this rather incredible, little game called Jurassic World Evolution 2. Yeah, I've been here for just over 14 years.
I'll turn the lights on.
Wow. So long in the tooth. Perhaps. Lots of grey hair.
Is that better?
Missing hair from when I first started.
Is that better, guys? Are we doing good?
Don't look it. So,
the old charm of you.
I'll turn the lights on.
So Adam is here to talk a bit about dinosaurs with us.
Yes.
The main stars of the show.
Thank you.
Are the dinosaurs. We have a lot of fan favorites making their return in Jurassic World Evolution 2. We're also introducing aquatic reptiles. We're bringing in more flying reptiles. Are you excited?
Is that better?
Marine and flying reptiles, Adam?
You can see what it's like without and with.
Obviously,
like without,
to see
with.
all of the ins and outs of the game, and without giving
You're
too
welcome.
much away, because we're not gonna.
Thank you, guys.
It's incredible seeing what the team is producing upstairs. I say upstairs, as in up in their respective offices.
Or at home.
Or at home, yeah. That's what I mean, yeah. But yeah, it's very exciting seeing it all coming together. They're quite an addition to the game, these flying and marine reptiles, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, they should have been the first one.
One thing I wanted to ask, and I think a lot of people are also asking the same question. How do you house flying in marine reptiles? I mean, we've already seen in the first game there was the aviary.
Yeah.
Here we go.
If you've been paying attention to the screenshots that we put out,
it's aquatics.
You see an aviary
we need to know.
structure.
Yeah.
In the for the second game as well.
Yeah.
So the aviary is making their return
in a slightly more perhaps realised way. So it's no longer a single dome that you saw in Return to Jurassic Park. It's now a modular style of building. So it's a dome that can then be made bigger with attaching other domes around it, including a bespoke viewing gallery for it as well, and a hatchery, of course, to create the reptiles.
We've got domes on domes,
so
guys.
Very easy
domes
to
on
build
domes.
quite big enclosures for them quite quickly, and also the landscape inside is fully customizable with all the tools as you would do the land dinosaurs. So all the needs, all the brushes, all the landscaping tools are all there, so you can create both the enclosure that the reptile needs, but also, you know, with the players' artistic flares you were talking about before. Some of the parks they managed to build are quite incredible, and those tools will be at the disposal for the players.
I love mods.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be
love them.
Really happy to see that it's more than just, you know, the dome.
Domes!
Different shapes and sizes. They can do things inside them, around them, all that, you know.
Okay,
cool stuff
so you got to do more stuff with the domes.
To their parks and to the aviary itself.
But it's not Pteranodons flying around outside, though.
You know, has it been tricky to introduce these?
Oh, it's been a piece of cake. Absolutely, I've just been sat around twiddling my thumbs. No.
I knew it.
Making games is
difficult.
hard. It's really hard. Yeah. You know, it's a cliche because it's true, but it's a challenge that everyone on the team has risen to, and they've done an outstanding job so far. So it has been a challenge. It's been a challenge that everyone has wanted to take on, and they have achieved it. And I can't wait to see the player reaction of seeing these all in action. Yeah.
Aquatics, though.
Big Wolf Gamer in chat has a question about what happens when pteranodons escape.
Yes.
Because previously
tell
they
us.
just sort of fly away. Is there something more there
I'm
that we
not
can
tell
tease
you
or
that, Big
tell
Wolf
people
Gamer.
about?
Yeah, cheeky. No, I'm not.
Yeah, cheeky.
There is more to talk about in that area, should we say? But I'm not going to talk about it today.
Okay.
All right, okay.
So that sounds promising.
Then I'm only going to keep it back so you ask me back again. That's the only reason.
Yeah, we might have
information back, and I get to
Adam
come and
back
talk to you
at
again.
some point, so we can give us more information. So there are over, as Rich mentioned earlier, there are over 75 species in Jurassic World Evolution 2. How do you choose who to put in?
I pick all my favourite ones.
You just
I would.
and
everything else.
That's what I would do.
No, of course we start with the original game. Of course there was a lot of species ended up in there. So we take a look at the rich history that we already have with that game.
Less work
across
yes.
many fan favourites will return. And then of course in terms of the flying reptiles and marine reptiles, there are some iconic ones. Such as the Pteranodon, of course. I think some eagle-eyed viewers have noticed that we've got a Mosasaur in there. So
it's hardly eagle-eyed.
It's kind of taking a look at what we want as a group of enthusiasts of Jurassic World franchise, listening to the community as well with the Amargasaurus, one of the new land dinosaurs. And of course, we also saw the Coelophysis in the announcement trailer, which is all very good training for me to be able to pronounce these dinosaur names.
Oh yeah, well, I forgot there was Coelophysis.
I could say Tyrannosaurus Rex. That was about it.
I was so confused the first time I saw the name Coelophysis.
Some of them are quite incredible.
What do you mean?
How do there's an O and an E there? That doesn't.
Well, you never watched Walking with Dinosaurs? Get out! Get him out!
To say reveal a new dinosaur.
Get this man out!
And then I tried to pronounce this one. I almost caught myself, so I'm not gonna. But so it's a case of looking at what we had, looking at what new land dinosaurs and what community requested ones had come through, and seeing what ones we could bring to realization, and picking a few that obviously we're fans of as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. I feel like Plesiosaur will be in there.
We already saw one of the fan favorites, the Triceratops, the species.
I can almost guarantee like a Plesiosaur will be in there, long neck, 100%.
Colorations and skin patterns and everything, and we'll have more to talk about that at a later point. So we've, if you've gone to our website, you may have seen screenshots of dinosaurs like Triceratops, Amargasaurus, Coelophysis, T-Rex, etc. What's been done to update these dinosaurs for Jurassic World Evolution?
Have you done any work?
So of course the new ones have been built from the, from the ground up. We've also with the returning ones, we've taken
the brightness
from them, including
Jesus
from the very start of the model. The size. Have we got any extra information about what sort of sizing?
Bollocks!
We take the Triceratops as the example.
I've lost it.
As I was saying, we look at the model. We
there
look
it
at
is.
the mesh.
Jesus!
We take it to the next level as well and take another pass at the texturing and the detail.
Hold on, guys. I got you. There we are.
And as you mentioned just before, the customization, the variety in
I'm
both,
editing on the go here, like
colours has dramatically increased over the original game. So there's a lot more options for the players to customize their dinosaurs as part of that genome modification process. But it doesn't just stop at the visuals, of course. We've looked at some of the behaviours, social interactions. Of course, we've got the dynamic fighting and hunting, which all add to a very more realistic and naturalistic looking dinosaur. So quite a breadth of updates for all dinosaurs. Yeah.
As long as he's not talking about what they already have.
Go back and you look at
and there's new stuff.
Triceratops species field guide. There's some of those new behaviors in already, I believe, because you have the resting animation. Where
resting animation is new.
Yeah, so we've got some of the preening kind of the sort of interaction with it and the environment around it. We're trying, and it's one of my most exciting parts of the game, is turning these, sort of quite scary, ominous-looking creatures.
I mean,
to being
the T-Rex
an animal. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Lions roar and they look scary, but they're animals as well. And I think that's what I'm really excited about, seeing how we've developed them into these kind of animals. That's the word I keep thinking about. It's an animal that just kind of ruffles itself in the ground to try and clean and preen, and they can interact with each other in these.
Hold on, Frontier, I'll get the lights.
Points.
There we go.
So, yeah, really lovely.
I really like the in the Triceratops species field guide. I really like the head shake animation.
Yeah.
That one of them does, and there's also one where. I'm not sure why I didn't notice it before, but it lifts his leg up and sort of stamps it into the ground. It almost looks like a threatening, like it's trying to ward someone off.
Like a little warning, yeah.
So I was like, oh yeah, I hadn't noticed that until I watched it the 4th or 5th time or something, and I thought, yeah, that's like the small touches that I really like as a player.
Exactly, and it's an interesting point that the game is obviously, as Rich said, a dinosaur management simulation. So you kind of got a point of view of your overviewing look at the park, but then when you dive down, you see all that detail, and you see the detail in the animations of the animals and things.
He didn't talk about how he housed aquatics.
Quite incredible.
He skipped over that one.
And speaking of species field guides,
yes,
we it's been a joy to see all these new dinosaurs.
He's announcing one.
It's time that we maybe show one of the new dinosaurs in motion. So here
I knew it
is the next species field guide featuring Amargasaurus.
Okay, here we go. Whee! Amargasaur.
Amargasaurus, one of the smaller members of the sauropods, continues to draw amazement thanks to its astonishing spinal spikes. These neural spines have been hypothesized as having many uses, but research is still ongoing.
Oh, I like how it came out in 2. That's the first time, so maybe multiple hatchings at once. That's really cool. That's a good idea. Thank you.
Back. Hello.
That's a good idea.
I should pay more attention to
instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good.
Scenes in OBS.
Oh boy, am I glad all the spoilers I was just talking about went on the stream. Whew.
I did see someone in chat saying oh, they're deliberately holding stuff back from us. I mean,
you are.
As we said earlier.
Of course you are. Don't lie.
For now. But, the information will come out in due time. So that was the Amargasaurus species field guide. And I can see a lot of people. I mean, there's Gorilla CMD says more in chat.
More. More.
0893 says, wow, which is great, fantastic. There's a lot of hype, a lot of, oh, look at that chunky boy. It's technically a chunky girl because
all the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park are female.
If I'm
Yes.
not mistaken.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Amargasaurus, the first of the new dinosaurs to get a species field guide.
Yeah.
It's a new sauropod. It's a herbivore. What can you tell us about the Amargasaurus?
It's my new favourite dinosaur.
It's chunky.
It's taken over the
I
number
like
one
him.
spot in my catalogue. I think obviously it's very distinctive with those rather large spines along its back of its neck.
I'm curious.
It is a herbivore,
Hold on, guys.
so it's a bit more of a sort of a defence mechanism rather
What's
than
over
a
here?
full-on attack. Quite a gentle, small giant because it is a
Oh
sauropod. So it's a large dinosaur, but it's a compact one. Should we say?
Just checking.
And I think, as you can see from the guide itself, it's got a very cheeky kind of look to it. It's kind of slightly
Might be Easter eggs. You never know.
A certain proportion to its neck.
Yep.
I think it just looks a little compact, but I love it. I love the colouring, especially in the one that we've seen there with the spine colouring as well.
Definitely.
So yeah, I think it's a very, very welcome addition to Jurassic World Evolution 2.
I think the combination of sort of big and small is very interesting.
It's very like
it's a sauropod, and so it's
Nigersaurus, same animation.
Family, etc.
The bloody mic again.
Or paleontologist, so excuse me if I'm messing up any words or names here, but the Brachiosaurus is gigantic, and then you have the Amargasaurus cousin, which is still a big dinosaur compared to us.
Dinosaur,
It's like 10 meters tall, I think, but
big dinosaur.
It's bigger than me, but it's much smaller than some of its cousins, if you will.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very fun, interesting dichotomy to see in a dinosaur like this.
Yeah, quite a scale of sizes in that family tree for sure.
I'd like to know if you're watching our chat.
He's just looking at his foot there for a second. Oi! Pay attention!
We'll read some of your responses, and keep an eye out for more species field guides as we go. There's going to be more of them in the future, and the species field guides that we have shown on the stream will be available on our YouTube channel, youtube.com.
Yes, and then we can all rip them and re-upload them. Yay!
For the Triceratops and for the Amargasaurus. So there's a lot of it looks really cool. She's beautiful. It's a gorgeous animal. So it is great. Mihail P14 says I love it. Master, it's too far away. I can't see.
I find the tiny head very cute. I didn't get the username there,
that's lovely.
But yeah, that's kind of like one of the details I love.
Tell us about the aquatic. Somebody ask a question. Ask about aquatics.
Of it. I think
how are they housed?
Make it very cute looking.
I feel like it's going to be like an aviary though.
And of course, you've probably seen this in the species field guides already, but there's a category for
aquatic,
for marine or aquatic, and there's a category for flying, for air.
Yeah.
So we
how many of each?
Have some species field guides for those types of reptiles as well. And I know for parts of our community it's very important to call them flying and marine reptiles instead of dinosaurs.
They're not dinosaurs.
Distinctive species and animals. And
when I joined the project, I was very quickly brought up to speed on the importance of not getting dinosaurs. But I'm not going to lie, I do sometimes just go back and say dinosaurs.
It is pretty.
I mean, we know what you're saying.
Together.
Don't worry about it. At least I know.
We did a Know Your Dino a few months ago, and it turned out to be the Pteranodon from the first game. And we had a lot of comments saying, this is not a dinosaur. But then if we'd called it Know Your Flying Reptile, it would have given it away immediately. Everyone would just go,
you'll always get people like that, man. Always.
So the last thing I think we should talk about is the very first feature focus that has come out. And it's a big one, but it's a lot of information there about dinosaur acquisition, dinosaur management. So let's talk a bit about that. So in certain modes, you're still bioengineering dinosaurs. That hasn't necessarily changed in the grand scheme of things, but we've improved the process in several ways. So you can, for example, create dinosaurs in batches in your
batches. Yes.
Explain a bit more about this.
Absolutely. So it all starts obviously with DNA, and you still need to send out your expedition teams to find that DNA, get enough of the genome sequence ready for actual trying to synthesize. You will be able to apply modifications to that genome as you see fit. We'll probably talk a little bit more about some of those details in the future.
Yes.
And then once you're ready to go, you then we have 2 stages before you actually release dinosaurs or reptiles now. The first stage is synthesizing these eggs.
Chocolate
at
eggs.
At which point you can then synthesize, or depending on the species, different number of eggs will be synthesized at one time. And then depending on how many are viable at the end of that stage, you can take them on to incubation. And then ultimately, that's when you're releasing these mature, ready dinosaurs and reptiles into your park through your various hatcheries.
Yeah, and as you probably saw in the Amargasaurus species field guide, we had a small clip in there with
Did we?
Amargasaurus being released at the same time. And I think also...
Am I looking at him?
I believe it's in Game Informer's write-up about the preview you gave them. There might be a GIF or two of some Amargasaurus coming out of the same
GIFs!
time. Shout out to Andrew Reiner and his Twitter feed, where I think he
What
also
do you mean,
posted
GIFs?
some of those GIFs. So if you haven't seen them, feel free
Because
to
again,
take a look.
especially the Amargasaurus release feeds back into that sort of playful nature. You know, you'll see it when you go and have a look. You'll know what I'm talking about. But it is lovely. So yeah, that's an example of a slightly larger species having two eggs able to be synthesized, incubated, and then ultimately released. And species will change, like I said before, depending on their species, how many you can do at once.
Oh, okay.
And, of course, there's been a lot of questions about.
So not every dinosaur species can do it.
There
Okay.
are no plans for juvenile dinosaurs or baby dinosaurs. They will be raised to maturity, to adulthood, before you
Damn!
release them into your parks. So we want to give you
No babas.
the full-grown dinosaur experience, as it were, as they.
We don't want that experience. We want babies.
Another thing that I find really interesting, and I think is a great upgrade from the first game, is the ability to now do dinosaur release via airlift.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can just sort of split your enclosures and your hatcheries at the same time.
Yeah, I think it was a quite highly requested community feature. It's a great quality of life addition to the sequel, and you can now, as you say, Jens, you can decide to either release it within an enclosure that's part of that hatchery, or you can choose the airlift option and perhaps move it to another one. So that gives you a bit of flexibility on how you're setting your park up. Perhaps you haven't
Right. Okay. That made challenge mode easier, I suppose.
With just one hatchery with multiple enclosures, so it adds a lot more flexibility at different stages of your park building career.
Carrot Scrap says, yes, this is the feature I really wanted, so that's
there you go.
Excellent. We have at least one player.
Can you release all?
This is great.
Can you release all dinosaurs at once?
And of course, there's some modes where there will be some wild dinosaurs sent to your parks as well.
Yeah, so not only do you, or will you be able to, in certain modes, create dinosaurs from the DNA that you can find, or from the dig sites. There will be certain events, certain narrative events, and certain other trigger points throughout different modes that means the player will then have to deal with live dinosaurs that are going to be transported into your park.
We had that with the original, right, in the story.
Different way of managing these live dinosaurs, bringing them into the enclosures, making sure they're set up and ready to go. So yeah, excited to see how that plays out with the players in these events.
And it also ties. That's what I was looking for. It also ties into the theming around the game being set after the events and inspired by the events of Fallen Kingdom, where dinosaurs come out into the wild.
Yeah, it's a very different world.
Yes,
a
world evolved, you might say.
Jeff said in the announcement trailer.
We said it.
A very different world out there now.
Yeah,
it'll be exciting.
So a big new feature that we talked about in the feature focus are dinosaur territories. I was wondering if you could
territories.
Yes. So as part of the realistic dinosaurs area that we're looking at, obviously they are, as we've said, the heart of the game and the stars of the show. We've added a dynamic territory system into the dinosaurs. So now when they're released or put into an enclosure, they will start to claim territory within that enclosure based on their needs. So it's not just an arbitrary kind of claiming. Different species will have different size of territory that they need to try to maintain, and they'll seek out their needs. So for example,
What? Why are we lagged? Guys? Oh! No! Come on. We good?
Literally trying to keep it at the
No idea what happened there.
As well as joining up with any of the same species, so two trikes would form together a slightly bigger.
Yeah. We're good, guys. We're good.
That's quite an interesting feature to show a slightly more natural or realistic, perhaps, behaviours of these magnificent animals.
Midoriki in chat says the territory system seems really cool. Will it change the population and social systems from the first game?
Yes, because of course it's what sort of their needs are driving their territory, and part of that is the social side of things. So yeah, we should see quite a change.
And we'll have
interesting
we'll share about this stuff
of course
in the future. Of course. I saw a very cute username in chat that I just want to shout out. Spinosaur the dinosaur with a Y in Spinosaur. So I just wanted to give them a bit of a shout out.
That's really a fair shout out. That's worthy.
So moving
should I type in and be like, can I get a shout out?
Feature. We introduced it in the Claire Sanctuary DLC. Now it's a core feature, especially for when you're housing your herbivores. So I'm assuming they work together with the territory stuff.
Yeah. So herbivores need feeding. We don't have the herbivore feeder anymore. We have these paleobotany plants. These prehistoric extinct plants that we've brought back to life. We've reimagined them for the sequel, and you now basically you'll have understanding of what the herbivores need, and then you'll use these paleo plants and brushes to place them within the enclosure, obviously ideally within their territories as well, which so you at the same time,
right,
to provide food for your herbivores. So yeah, creating quite a more realistic.
Oh my God! So we've got paleobotany.
Years ago,
is now everything now.
Realistic and natural kind of enclosures, and perhaps some very interesting enclosures. If it's big enough, perhaps you can try what a herbivore and a carnivore may get along with or not.
Yeah,
maybe
that was actually going to be one of my follow-up questions, because that is a question that we've gotten a lot from players. Like, does that mean if I have a big enough enclosure, can I keep these different kinds of dinosaurs?
Multiple carnivores.
In theory, if you can manage it well enough, yes. They will build and they'll be happy within their territories. You might find some little areas of contention perhaps. But yeah, I think, as I was saying before, the kind of the animal side of the dinosaurs I'm particularly interested in feeds into how they're going to be enclosed and how this territory works. So I'm really interested to see what kind of enclosures players will build with these new tools with the
right. So you could have like a T-Rex and a Spino in the same enclosure, as long as it's big enough.
And I think I know there's also certain dinosaurs that sort of cohabitate better than others. I assume a lot of herbivores will generally get along, but maybe there'll be some infighting or overlapping here and there. Who knows?
Absolutely. Well, we'll find out. We do surface quite a bit of information to the player to understand how to sort of build a harmonious enclosure. But there's always going to be people that want to see what happens when the power gets taken down and all the fences are out of action, right?
No idea what you're talking about.
That might happen. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? So we've talked a bit about, we talked about territories, we talked about paleobotany.
It's fairly long, this. It's almost an hour.
A little bit about the, animation work and behaviors. And what do I got in my notes here? I don't think I have anything else in my notes, actually. But
I've been grilled and I passed the test, did I?
You absolutely did.
Aquatics!
You absolutely
Aquatics!
But yeah, I think
Stop!
Pretty much run
Stop! The feedback! Stop moving! Stop moving!
For time.
Help!
All right, I think if we have a few minutes, we can probably take some questions from take a couple of questions from chat.
Guys, ask Aquatics! How are they housed?
off script, and I'm not sure what you're going to ask me now.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We shall see. We shall
Ask Aquatic!
Sorry if I
what happened with
scraped
the
my microphone. Oh.
Minions, go!
Now it's happening. Now it's happening.
Uh-oh. There we go. We've got to get past the microphone.
Yeah, sorry about the mic
first of
problem.
all.
Sorry. There's
Go aside.
Cretaceous content, and we don't really have anything to announce with regards to Camp Cretaceous content. We think it's a really cool show, but we don't have anything to announce regarding Camp Cretaceous content in Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Oh, no Kenji.
Dio,
How do you house the aquatics? How do you house
There we go!
aquatics?
Yes!
Dio
Thank you, Dio!
asks, what are you most excited for? I mean, we asked Rich earlier. What are you?
Don't skip it!
I'm most excited about seeing these animals in their enclosures and
God damn it!
seeing that natural side of them. That's certainly what I'm most intrigued by. Bringing these dinosaurs to life in a as realistic way as we can, and seeing a reaction to it. Of course, that's always the most exciting thing. As Rich was saying before, we obviously announced, and that was quite a feeling after being on a project quietly for so long, and suddenly being able to go, yeah, it's here, and kind of watching it happening live and seeing people being like, oh my god, is it going to be Jurassic World Evolution 2? Is it actually going to happen?
You guys did a good job. Thank you, Beaver Babies.
Surely. Yes, that was quite exciting after all this time.
I remember seeing Best in Slot making a YouTube video saying that he was so sure that if we were going to announce Jurassic World Evolution 2, that he would burn his sloth cuddly toy if we didn't announce the game.
Oh no! Come on. This is deliberate. No! I need to know! I gotta refresh, guys. Something's going wrong here, like. We might have to, like, skip back a little bit. It didn't just die, did it?
Release date we haven't announced yet.
No, we need to skip back a little bit.
He would film it and put it out. That he would burn his sloth cuddly toy if we didn't announce the game.
Oh my gosh.
And he would film it and put it on camera.
Thank goodness we didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
The guy's crazy, obviously. I would never do that.
Aquatic reptiles.
Just once or twice.
We are not really talking more about aquatic reptiles today.
Oh, for God's sake!
You will, of course, hear more about it in the future. Release
fair
date,
dues.
Yet. We haven't announced anything with regards to pre-orders as well, just to sort of get that out of the way. And if you're asking if this is a pre-recorded stream, it is not. We are currently 100% live.
I don't know how. I was like holding up a newspaper or something. I don't know how to sort of show, but no, it's definitely here. I couldn't even give you the date because I could have put that pre-record as well, couldn't I?
No, it is.
I'm afraid.
I don't have my watch on me. So
I'll tweet straight after this.
We'll skip forward because obviously they're just chatting now.
I saw just now, and that's if because the herbivores will be
now we're live.
Now we're live. Ground, they'll be eating stuff off the trees, and I'm assuming that stuff is going to stay there when they keep eating. It's not like you're going to have to replant all those.
No, currently the system is you plant it down and it takes the form of. Plants can sort of regrow themselves anyway, so that's the sort of the mentality behind that. You will need to obviously make sure you balance what paleo plants are in your enclosures when we're talking about the dinosaurs that can live together, particularly in the herbivore things. If you have Triceratops and Brachios together, for example, obviously they'll just by their size will have very different plant needs, so you need to balance it.
So it's like Planet Zoo then, in a way.
So there's a question here from, it's a bit of a poor username, unfortunately. Idiot on duty. I'm sure you're not an idiot.
Oh, no.
But so there's, I believe Rich mentioned it briefly in an interview he did with Twitch last week, that we've been looking into, redoing some fight mechanics, hunting animations, and all that stuff. So there's a question here from poor idiot on duty saying, will other herbivores help each other to fight carnivores or to defend each other? You probably can't get into too much of that, but it's an interesting question, I feel.
It is an interesting question. That is correct. And if you're asking, have we looked at how the fighting system works in Jurassic World Evolution 2, then yes, we have looked at improving that area with some more of the dynamic fighting and whatnot. Details are on the horizon, shall we say.
All right.
Well, they've done pack hunting.
Call it there on that little bitty tease. So thank you, everyone in chat, for joining us for the first monthly.
Not bad. They definitely didn't want to go over an hour. That's why they're stopping it now.
We're doing these monthly wrap-up streams at the end of every month, going forward to recap. And
same time next month, guys.
And have a bit of fun with all the news and announcements that we have revealed from the month that's gone by. So. If you'd like to come back in about a month's time, we would love to have you here. And at the on our forums on the final day of every month, there's a lot of stuff happening in the future. We're also going to be posting some write-ups with links to articles and to videos and a bunch of other stuff as well, wrapping up everything that's been.
Okay, so we get this, and then on the forums we get everything.
But until then. We are going to be signing off, and we will definitely see you at the end of July. And thank you very much to you, Adam, for
thank you for having me.
Thank you to Rich for joining us. Shout out to the mods in chat. Thank you to Heather very, very much for joining us. Thank you to Tim for managing the boards behind the scenes and making sure.
Don't talk about aquatics.
The stream is running like clockwork, and we will see you guys in about a month. And until then, fare thee well.
Bye.
Well, there you have it, guys. There you have it. Oh God, so sorry. Wow, that was loud. That's a really good video, guys. Should we watch this one? Welcome back to Jurassic Park. Let's watch. Hey, it's me. Hey, that guy. How you doing? No, we'll not go on that. But before, I want to have a look because there was a lot said, especially when it came to you guys in Discord, who brought up a lot of things. Hold on. Oh, not that one. Okay. So, what have we learned? What have we learned, guys? There was some super chats I want to talk about as well. So, we know that. The big thing that we learned. I love this. I saw this. This is really good. Chaos. So chaos theory is you going back in time to certain points of Jurassic Park and then changing things or doing whatever. I love that. It's perfect. Yes. I did see that. We got a feature focused dinosaur acquisition management. Go on. I'll have a look. I'll have a quick look at this one. Amargasaurus, Triceratops. Could have said extra things. So they didn't mention that they have kind of said, or I think they put out there about pack hunting being a thing. So raptors will maybe take out multiple different things. That was something I liked about changing JPOG. I remember making it so... Hold on. There we go. Hey, we'll not talk about that yet. No. I wasn't actually planning on making any content until something was done. And we'll talk about that, about concerning that, but we'll get back to it eventually. But because this came out now, I was like, oh, we have to do a live stream. We just have to. But they didn't talk about different dinosaurs attacking other dinosaurs, which is interesting to say. But pack hunting has been confirmed. We're definitely going to get that. I like the multiple hatchery releases. That's a good thing as well. I don't know. They did kind of mention that not every dinosaur species will be able to have multiple hatches. So I'm assuming something like Struthiomimus might have 3. I could see it like 3, 2, and 1. That's how I can see. So big carnivores will be 1. Like most herbivores will be 2, and then a lot of the small ones will be 3. Possibly 4 or 5 being Homalocephalae and Dryosaur. The smaller little things that you're not going to really worry about too much. I could see that being a thing. There was some related to pterosaurs attacking guests and other dinosaurs in that article. Is there? Ooh, okay. Hold on. Let me just do a cheeky thing here. I think I've already got it up. Right, hold on. Let's just type in Ptera. See if we can find this. Although, Multi, if you can kind of like copy and paste it, if you found it in there, that's probably going to be easier for me. Just easier that way. It's not in that forum. Oh, okay. Well, if you remember, remember this old leak. Yeah. It was like different environments and stuff and snow biomes. So maybe we will get snow. I don't think we've seen snow yet. We've definitely seen desert. Desert's a thing. Which would be interesting. We got some more super chats. What did we get? I had to fix our light bulbs, but we got there. We got there. We got there in the end. We fixed our light bulbs. So, super chats. Fearless says, how come Rex's model keeps getting changed? You think we'll get the new Giga model too? So, I think Giga, maybe they didn't think that far ahead in 2018 when they put Giga in the game. Or was Giga even in the game when it first launched? It might have been. But yeah, you'll notice the Giga in Jurassic World Evolution isn't the same Giga that has been shown in, if you've seen Fast and Furious and stuff like that. Oh, look at this. Legend getting it up. So the Giga looks different to the one Jurassic World Evolution. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a different Giga in Jurassic World Evolution 2. I mean, come on. It only makes sense for us to get that, so I wouldn't be surprised. But you can definitely see, like, this T-Rex is very different to the one that we first got. And it was one of the things that people, when mods first came into the game, changed and wanted to change because it didn't look like the T-Rex. And when we first saw T-Rex in Jurassic World, the original and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, a lot of people weren't really happy with it. It was like, eh. I mean, yes, Rex is supposed to look old and stuff, but it's weird because in the final movie, I think Rex is going to look younger than ever. All that plastic surgery, I don't know. We got Josh says the poster ain't centered. Yeah, he's talking about the poster in the middle of, what's it called? The live stream we just did. It was a screen, it wasn't a poster. But yeah, maybe they'll sort that next time. I don't know. We'll just keep it there to annoy you. Wade Collum says, James, what toys do you think Mattel will introduce after Jurassic World Evolution 2 releases? Being that they already introduced Jurassic World Evolution's car, Corodontosaurus. Yes. So, I mean, it took so long to get that. I mean, even with Jurassic World the game, it was like Hasbro that finally ages later was like, oh, let's make Indominus level 40 but not call it Indominus level 40. This is car. But so I don't think we're gonna get dinosaurs from Jurassic. I mean, it's interesting because Mattel had the tie-in with what was it? Mattel had a tie-in with Camp Cretaceous, so you had Toro and stuff like that. But it'd be cool if they did Jurassic World Evolution dinosaurs as well. I think that would work so well. You know, like a kid's playing the game, and then he's got the toy. It's a no-brainer. But they never really did that, but they kind of missed the boat with Jurassic World the game. If I was head of like, or somewhere in Universal, something to do with Jurassic Park, I'd be on that. I'd be like, nah, get it, like they said, get the Bumpy plush. When Camp Cretaceous was coming out, get a little plush of Bumpy. Would have sold like crazy. You missed it. And definitely, like, I mean, you know, when Jurassic World Dominion comes out, you're going to get the biggest dinosaurs and stuff like that are going to be there. But definitely just like maybe even a small line of Jurassic World Evolution 2 toys could work. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So I don't know if we'll get many or if any at all. I wouldn't put money on it. But if we do, it's a welcome. Jacob Barrett says, hey James, I watch your videos for a long time. I really like your videos. Keep up the good work. Oh, thanks, man. Okay, questionable chicken gaming. Marco's smells to the reckoning pool. What? Okay, I don't know what that is, but thank you anyway. And Lionel Diaz became a member. There you go. I hope the Carnotaurus gets remade. Beaver, are we going to get movie party of Jurassic World Dominion. I don't think I can. Maybe. I mean, that'll be after its release, of course, that we watch it. But I don't... It would just be like... Could I do it live? I guess I could do it live, right? It's a little bit harder because it's not like, oh, you can just go on Netflix or something and find it, right? It'll cost money and stuff like that. It's not like Camp Cretaceous where it's like everybody's in the first day, everyone's sat down, we're watching it. But yeah, I don't think so. So what did we hear about Jurassic World Evolution 2? Really, we learn about the pteranodons and how they're going to be housed. Basically, it's just going to be what it was before, but now we can customize it a little bit. So we can extend the aviary, probably make it bigger to house different types, possibly. They might need territories. Is a new thing as well, which is good because now they've thought about the way dinosaurs were. You knew how Jurassic World Evolution went. And it was like, okay, if this dinosaur's put in with this dinosaur, it ain't going to work. And depending on who's got more attack defense, well, they're going to win. Whereas now we've got territories. So it kind of feels more realistic to the canon. If you remember in Lost World, you had, oh, they'll follow us until we've left their territory. It was what Sarah Harding said or something like that. So that's nice. That's a nice little touch. And it means that we can have different dinosaurs in the same exhibit. Maybe carnivores won't kill herbivores as long as the herbivores don't go into their territory and they have enough food. Which would be interesting. It would be an interesting dynamic. And I'm hoping, I don't think they're going to get rid of it. I don't think Jurassic World Evolution is going to get rid of the battle system. Yes, I've seen the official tease. And I've seen that a lot of... speaking about this. So this is the Fast and Furious teaser. It's at the start of Fast and Furious. It teases Jurassic World. And it's basically... the big execs at Universal and cinemas trying to get, people back into IMAX theaters. And it's quite interesting because you can see the divide between people. You've got certain people who are like, nah, this isn't good. Come on, guys, release it. And then you got other people like, no, this is supporting them. I get both. I get why they've done it. And it will be released on, if it's not released online, then it sucks. But if it is part of the actual movie, then I can kind of understand why it's not released. But if it's just a standalone story about how Rexy became who she was, how she died or whatever, then online, you have to. I'm not buying I know some fans they went and bought, IMAX tickets to go see Fast and Furious 9 to go watch it. But I think with me, it's kind of like I want to share that with everybody else online. So I'd either want to watch it with you guys or review it with you guys. I can't really do that. The whole thing is basically like in an article. We found that last time. In the last video I did, we found the whole article that Colin Trevorrow spilled all the beans on what happens in it. But it's different to seeing it. That's the thing. And I'd rather watch it online with you guys or, talk about it, something like that. Well, IMAX cinemas are kind of rare where I am, so it's a bit... And I've also heard that. I've also seen the leaked trailer for Dominion. Because I was watching it and I was like, oh, I should probably stop watching it, but I was like, no, I can't take my eyes away. So there's definitely a lot of things that I've seen, but I'm kind of waiting till they officially come out. And I don't know whether it was because somebody, Beaver, do you want the whole preview? Nah, I'm okay. Like I said, I'd rather I don't want to spoil it. The movie's going to be spoiled no matter what, right? Or at least in my job where I'm kind of having to keep on top of everything. Yes, the classic. No, you're making all new ones. Exactly. Well, you know what? Jurassic Park have never done an IMAX sort of preview thing. And, it's testing the waters. And I get that they're trying to just, get people back in the cinemas. They're trying to get this working again. They're trying to get society working again, or at least the film industry working again with cinemas. But I think if they don't take it if they don't bring it to online, there's a big missed opportunity there, unfortunately. We've also got new members. We've got Raptor Rex 212. And we've also got Nod Rudra, question mark, exclamation mark. Sure, he's become a member. Actually, Lionel Diaz is a silver toast badge. Wow. I don't know how long is that? Like 2 or 3 months? It's impressive. You're right, isn't it? Josh says, do you think we might be able to walk around our parks as a person, not just drive vehicles? No, I don't think so. I think it's something they could do because they've done it with Planet Zoo. And the way I feel with Evolution 2, maybe I think they're putting more effort into it than I'm giving them credit for, because that territory system is a cool idea. And the way I was seeing Evolution 2, the Land of the Lost, the way I was seeing Evolution 2 was that it just felt like what Evolution should have been, and it wasn't. So we're getting aquatics, we're getting pteranodons right off the bat, and a lot of more thought into the dynamics of the dinosaurs and how they interact with each other and stuff like that. But yeah, I think, spoiler. It is a bit. Thanks for blurring that, but I don't know if anybody wants to see it. I mean, when it's released online, I think that's when, we can probably show everything. I didn't mind showing a couple of images, but I feel like if, there it is. It's a bit, Brando became a member. Oh, thank you, Brando. Yeah. Oh, that's a good thumbnail. I like that one. Oh, was that a funny montage? Like number 7 or something like that? God knows what that one was. Why I'm not on Super Chat? Did you send money, Caroline Chong? Or did you actually do a Super Chat? And I didn't see it. If you did, I apologize. Why is the Rex floating? Oh, what in the up? Well, I don't know. That was just a clip from a different thing. That was not Jurassic World. Wait, when Fast and Furious 2 coming out? It's already out. Fast and Furious 9, I think it is. It's already out. And at the start, they show the Jurassic World thing, Dominion thing. And like I said, I don't know if it's been confirmed that I don't know if do you guys know if it's confirmed to actually be part of the movie, or if it's just, oh, this is a little thing they've done. Do you think they will add the Listro? Well, we already know. That was the little thing in the cage, right? I'm pretty sure. So I think it will be. I think so. When will Evolution 2 release, Beaver? It's end of this year. It's 2021. This year, not next year. Before the movie. This year. Bro, I haven't watched you in ages. Oh, thanks, man. How much is the IMAX ticket for the movie? Expensive. IMAX tickets in the UK are like 15 quid, if not 20 quid. They're not cheap. Especially if you don't want to see Fast and Furious. Hey, Beebs, can you do Pixelmon gameplay? Oh, wow, you're asking something there. Minecraft and also Pokemon. Not at the moment. So yeah, this whole thing, this whole shebang came out of the blue. I was kind of waiting on something else before I sort of came back to YouTube. Not that, I'm taking a break for reasons, which will become clear if you don't know already, which you might do. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying life at the moment. It's good. It's good. I haven't worked or really thought about work too much. And to be honest, it's been a really good time because nothing's really came out in the past week. Yeah, we've had Jurassic World Evolution 2 news, but apart from that, it's kind of quiet on the dinosaur front. What all DLCs will there be for Jurassic World Evolution 2, or what do you think they will have? I mean, they say they're not having Camp Cretaceous stuff at launch, but they might do afterwards. I don't know. I mean, obviously more dinosaurs is the easy route to go to, definitely. PG versions of the meme, okay. Chad Spino. What is this? I want to have a look. Can kill a T-Rex. Roars like a goose. Roars like a god. Muted and more natural colors. Well, obviously somebody's not happy with the Jurassic World Evolution Spino. I think they did a good job, to be fair. I don't know. Didn't see the problem. But yeah, We got Raptor Rex 1212 says, "Hey Beaver, I've been subscribed since the days of before Jurassic World. Was that Jurassic Park builder? That was a long time ago." The guy either. Anyway, I will probably hop off now. I will keep this live just so you guys, if you want to watch anything, you want to rewatch it, because I think we pretty much started as soon as it happened. So there's not too much of a change that has to happen there. And also, I think this was probably okay to go in the video if you're watching the video. Hello. Because we're just talking about what we've just, talked about. Or seen, I should say. But anyway, guys, thank you everybody for the super chat. Nice to see you guys again. I'll see you in a couple of months. Just joking. I'll see you before you know it. And I'm just going to carry on having a little break. And yeah. I'm not going anywhere, and I'll be back before you know it. So don't worry, I know you miss me. I know you do. But anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Or if you watch a video, thanks for watching the video. Until next time, I'll see you cuties later. Oh, bye-bye. Now we need to end the stream. When not awkward, but I go, ha!